Raid took place in just the past 24 hours, and the charges range from racketeering to murder.
Here's some Air 7 video from earlier this morning showing some of the alleged gang members being processed in tents at the FBI's Los Angeles office. Search warrants executed at 6 different locations today. Hundreds of agents and officers arresting 10 people. In all, 19 have been indicted. 4 were already in custody, so at least 5 more arrests are expected. But Eugene Henley Jr., investigators say he's been painting himself as an entertainment executive who's been giving back to the community with various charities. But they say in reality, he's a violent criminal, the leader of the Crips, with a long list of crimes on his resume.
The facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheat, and the criminals that enabled him. For example, Mr. Henley engaged in a murder of a musician signed to his label in 2021 and dumped the victim's body in Las Vegas off of the I-15 freeway.
From federal authorities about the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips gang in South LA. Detectives have arrested multiple people, and this morning they're still looking for others. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Sedano. Let's get right to it. We have live team coverage of this breaking news. NBC4's Michelle Vyas is in Westwood with more on the arrest. But let's get started with Alex Rozier. He was at that press conference and joins us live from downtown LA. Alex.
Yeah, they talked a lot about a number of people in this press conference, but the main focus was on a man named Eugene Henley. The feds say he committed a series of racketeering crimes, including extortion, human trafficking, fraud, and the murder of a rapper in 2021. But this same man, Eugene Henley, is known throughout the Los Angeles community. He's been involved with work including youth charities, and the feds say he did it all to further his own criminal enterprise.
He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label and of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles, funding a South LA-based charity, developing options, which purports to help at youth risk escape gang life and escape the perils of gangs in high crime areas. The facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar.
Eugene Henley, now considered a wanted fugitive. In the past, he's produced TV series. He has nearly 300,000 followers on Instagram, and he ran this charity. The feds say the charity received donations from celebrities, even government agencies, for what was described as charitable work. But the feds say he was still very involved in a much larger crime ring, and it wasn't just Henley that they're looking for. They've already made several arrests in connection with his alleged crimes. 4 people named in the criminal complaint are already in custody. The details of the alleged crimes were just released in dozens of pages of court documents.
To NBC4's Michelle Vyas, she's live at the federal building in Westwood where the defendants will be processed. Michelle.
That's right. Annabelle, good morning. Right behind me, we have FBI agents and members of the Department of Justice here. This is where some of the members, the gang members from the Crips, were brought to be processed. We just saw likely one of them being driven away, who will likely be in court this afternoon. This is a big day. This is where they're processed. Many of them still need to be processed to face those federal charges. A big day, but big agents need the big get, a.k.a. Big U, Eugene Henley, now a fugitive. Southern California's self-proclaimed philanthropist and ringleader of the Rolling 60s Crip gang. Here's more on the arrest from special agent in charge.
4 of the 19 defendants were already in custody, and 10 defendants were taken into custody in the last 24 hours. And while we're still seeking the whereabouts of 5 individuals, 3 of whom we believe we will have in custody shortly, 2 defendants are considered fugitives. They are Eugene Henley Jr., also known as Big U, and Brian Mejia.
Big U, the Crip leader turned gang interventionist who ran mafia-like enterprises, according to the feds. Developing Options was his nonprofit charity that was touted as helping gang members get out of the gang life. As we look live here, again, this is the federal building. You see the tents, you see the agents. This is where some of those defendants, innocent until proven guilty, were brought here for processing. Some still need to be processed and make their way to court. Big U looking at extensive federal charges, including the murder of an aspiring rap musician, extortion, robbery, tax fraud, and human trafficking.
And this is a story we'll be following throughout the day on air and online. Right now on our NBCLA website, we've got more on the arrest warrant.
Yo, 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 it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in as it was breaking news this morning that Big U and 18 others were fairly indicted on RICO charges. Amongst those, a murder, extortion, drug trafficking, sex trafficking, and a long laundry list of other accusations and crimes that tied into these 18 people. And I had a links in the description where you can watch the clips in the beginning from CBS 4 and ABC 7. And I'm going to get into some little pieces of different write-ups, as this is all over from CBS to LA Times, any news site that you can think of, with the way that this played out and everything like that, with him being a community activist, somebody working in the community with foundations, as they are saying that is nothing more than a complete cover-up for a criminal enterprise that he is running. Now, I'm going to say innocent until proven guilty in the court of law, but when we going to cut right to the chase when it comes to this case. They have a confidential witness right here giving information. There is no doubt about it. Right here, you see that they're speaking on AB. We gonna say that there's Adrian Broder probably, because they saying a boxer, maybe not him, talking about they fixed games. They talking different times of extortion incidents that they are getting information directly from with somebody. And a piece of the write-up says this: Henley, which is Big U, fatally shot an inspired rapper called RW in court documents in North Las Vegas and dumped the victim's body in a ditch near Interstate 15, January 2021, after the musician recorded a diss track about the defendants, authorities said. The arrest also netted 49 weapons, 5 pounds of meth, 10,000 fentanyl pills, and a large amount of cash, said Ted Dox, the FBI special agent in charge for the boroughs of Los Angeles office. As part of Henley's reported grip on Los Angeles, his alleged victims were required to check in with Henley before arriving in the city in order to obtain protection, according to the 107-page federal complaint unveiled Wednesday. Amongst those Henley allegedly extorted were professional athletes and musicians, the complaint said, whose business interests were not always legitimate. Henley also defrauded companies, donors, athletes, and celebrities, including professional basketball player Draymond Green and former NBA MVP Shaquille O'Neal, persuading them to donate to his charities and later allegedly transferring the money to his own personal bank accounts. And when you look up these things and you see this going on, dice game involvement, extortion, telling people to do this, everything that he's alleged of, is most definitely, if you convicted, you gonna get a lot of time. We'll keep it all the way 1,000. We've heard these terms of checking in. We heard these terms of get with us. We got you. You know, make sure you straighten everything like that when you come to LA. We've also heard these other things that go on out there on the scene. And they go on in every city. There's no doubt about it. It happens all over the place. But when the feds get involved, if you can be traced back to taking donations and then putting the money in your account, that's going to be defrauding. That just is what that is. If they find that and they can prove that, hey, you took a donation this day, but we see the money going to your account. Extortion, robbery, sending people to get robbed, sending people to get touched up or checked, any of that. Of course, murder, that's without a doubt. We'll have to wait and see. It's no secret also, Bricc Baby is somebody who is a personality on the No Jumper platform. He consistently gets on the internet and says all type of wild stuff. You better believe they've been watching everything that he said online for him to be a part of this big indictment right here. Also, same thing with Loose Cannon. Anytime they spoke on a podcast, any post they've made, they've been sitting back down, watching it and clocking it. They're accusing them of some serious stuff. They even brought Nipsey Hussle name up, the altercation with that as well. This is all part of these documents that's on the internet that y'all can see. Most stuff will come out right now. The indictment is announced. Once the discovery come, more and more details are just going to keep dropping. We'll keep people updated. I'll say innocent until proven guilty. And I'll tell you like this, the feds come, they most definitely got a lot of info, a lot of intel, and a lot of corroborators. Just keep it a band. When everybody get arrested, 18, you know, probably at least 2 of them going to probably get to talking as well. Don't know who. It's different people, but you know how this game go. I don't know what's going to happen. Just 9 times out of 10, we just seen it all before. That's why I say, do your best. If you grew up in these environments, transition, get out the way, stay out that mix. Violence, taking people's lives. You do not want to go to jail because you're going to say in the end, this was not worth it. If you're out here just getting your hustle on, take care of your business and stuff like that, I suggest you try to transition, but getting violent, extortion, threats, violence, robberies, those are simple. That's not hustle. That's just crash out. And you can leave in a paper trail when you do these things. Now, it just is what it is. But we'll say innocent until proven guilty. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.